Hey guys, welcome to Bite Me. You know, on the last episode, I don't even think I told anybody the title of it. I think I just went right into it. You win some, you lose some on the podcasting. It's been a real millennial learning curve here this year. I had learn how to do the TikTok, learn how to do the podcast. We're currently learning how to do Zoom integration into the YouTube videos. It's a whole thing, man. It's, at 34 years old, I'm doing all right. Honestly, goodbye with a little help from my friends, as John Scott won't stop would say. It's, you get together and you figure it out. Of course, the Gen Zs, like my brother, they already know everything that's going on. And he's like, what? You didn't know that? But anyways, today on Season 1, Episode 23 of The Truth About People Who Literally Get Away with Murder, it's same shit, different day here in South Dakota. The powers that be, primarily white men, continue to corrupt and manipulate the system to their advantage. We just call that Tuesday around here. It's nothing new, but it is old. It's been old, and as much as it does exhaust me to speak on the issue, speak on it I must, because that is the only path to change. So, it's Murder, He Wrote, here in South Dakota, today on Bite Me. So, by now you've heard all about the fatal hit and run committed by our one and only Attorney General right here in South Dakota. He reported hitting a deer the following morning, just long enough to pass a toxicology report. Add to that the fact that the head sheriff, who also just happens to be the county coroner, lent the AG his car that night. No felony charges, all misdemeanors. I don't even think he got charged with that, you guys. It's pretty disgusting. I know people who will do more time in jail on a pot charge than this guy will get for actually hitting and killing a man. They even found the dude's glasses in his car, meaning that the guy's head came through his window. It appears that he was reading Biden conspiracy theory articles at the time of hit and run. Go ahead and take a pause there if you need to throw up in your mouth a little bit. I know I do. Said he hit a deer, but it was a 58-year-old nurse who liked to garden, who left behind a wife and a legacy of family who mourn for his loss. Sadly, this is very typical in South Dakota. I talk a lot on TikTok about the corruption that goes on out here. I can't stress it enough. I wish people would take me seriously. I don't want to say we're the worst, but I think we might be the worst. Like, people move here because they like the corruption. They like the racism. They like the homophobia. They like the oppression. People move here because they like having Kristi Noem as governor, and she is more than happy to invite them. I mean, people say that South Dakota is the Florida of the Midwest, and I don't disagree with that. You should see all the things that don't get exposure. The passive genocide of the Native American people by constantly filtering them into the prison system and not looking for their missing women, let alone the fact that Noem tried to prevent COVID testing on the res and attempted to ban them from protecting their own civilians when she failed to do so. Governor Noem stunted the will of the people by banning a pot bill that passed majority vote with the quick call of a judge she herself appointed, and using taxpayer money to to not only fund that lawsuit, but also use the state plane to fly to a Vegas shopping trip for gun sales, her daughter's wedding, amongst other things, all on taxpayer dime. And then, as recently as last week, a lawmaker here attempted to pass a bill that would implement the removal of irreconcilable differences from divorce filings, meaning that women would have to prove that their partners are abusive in order to terminate a marriage. Did I mention that we're second in the nation for rape? You guys, it is a handmaid's tale out here. Like, these are the people governing us in this state. It's dangerous. We need intervention. We need FBI. I hope that this would catapult a full investigation, into the corrupt judicial rulings, but it'll only happen if we speak out. Silence is the known will of the people in South Dakota. Out here, we don't have abortion clinics. We have maybe 2. You got to undergo 48 hours of Catholic counseling before you can get one. Out here, you will get more time on a pot charge than you will for raping a woman. Out here, we don't have any legal recourse for people who cannot afford legal representation. Out here, there is no cap on how much you can get in donations for gerrymandering. There was an anti-corruption bill at one point in time, and no men or goons blocked it. Out here, the Air Force is the cause of us being second in the nation for rape, and they blame it on the res. Out here, ranchers run the drug trafficking. Cocaine, meth, they're head of it all. Out here, anybody who's from South Dakota, go ahead and take a minute. So just let all that sink in. And don't tell me you don't know what I'm talking about, because I know that you do. I know I'll probably be killed here one day. And I know that it'll be made to look like an accident. But the cool thing about losing everything that ever meant anything to you in your life is that after that, you don't really fear anything. I live my life by truth. I believe that speaking the truth will set you free. And I don't have a choice but to tell the truth about what goes on around here, especially after seeing all the things that I saw in the jail, including but not limited to the abuse of the Native American women in the jail. But that's another talk for another episode. South Dakota is corrupt. Don't think for a second that we're not. It is cheaper to live out here, but you will sell your soul. So if that's deep enough for you, just a little light conversation today on Bite Me. If you would like to help initiate the anti-corruption movement in South Dakota, you can visit onecountryfund.org. And to aid in Native American rights efforts, you can check out Land Back Movement by Indian Collective of indiancollective.org. As always, don't forget to visit the Truthful Groomer website. All of my podcast episodes and YouTube channel episodes are filtered straight to there. So if you are ever not able to find them on the internet or on Spotify, you can head on over there, check out my merch, check out the blog articles, catch up there. Tell me what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear them. You can even contact me directly. There's also a P.O. box on there. I mentioned recently that if you are a woman, minority, disabled, LGBTQ, and you have a small business, I would be happy to film a video for you. If you're a white male, I'm sorry, I'm not going to help you. And as always, feel free to follow me on Twitter and Insta. Some of the Bite Me episodes are longer, some of them are shorter. Hopefully you're enjoying, smelling what I'm stepping in over here. If you're interested in coming on to Bite Me, drop me an email or a message in TikTok. I'd love to have you on here. I'm getting my bearings about me with the Zoom meetings today and the YouTube integrations. So, that's another thing. If you feel like you have some instructions or tips for me on how to better navigate the podcast and social media situation, I'd love to hear them. So, I really hope that you guys will consider what I have to say about this state, because not enough people know, and we really need your help. So I'll see you next time on Bite Me.